Motor plate bent. Imagine that on an Arrma 3S, right? As you land on the front end, obviously the motor kicks forward. This brace in the center holds the center part of the motor, a motor mount assembly in place, and the motor, all the G-force pushes that motor straight forward and bends this plate, right? This one got bent. I tried to bend it back, ended up buying a different setup for it. So what I ended up doing is that I kind of got to looking at this thing, and if the brace on the center of the car is so centered here, what's preventing this motor from going forward? Well, nothing is. So what I ended up doing was making some little brackets. You can see it right in here. Kind of tricky to see. Basically, it's a bolt going through. There's a metal plate back in here. It looks similar to this. This isn't quite the setup that I use, but this gives you a good idea. This plate sits right in here like this, and it goes behind the motor plate, in between the fan and the motor. And by the time this is all said and done, this bracket that sits in here is up against this part of the metal motor plate, and that keeps it from going forward. So it's a decent idea to try. It's a pretty simple fix here, and I think that's going to keep the motor from pushing forward on a front impact. Might be worth a shot. I mean, it's a cheap fix. I mean, I probably spent a whole quarter on this little bracket, and it probably took me about 10 minutes to put a bolt in this through the side of the car. Simple bolt, and this should keep this side of the motor module from going forward.